Welcome back, everybody. Now, singer and songwriter Deidré Barnard has been singing for as long as she remembers. She made a musical debut back in 2018 after coming third in a singing competition called the Kontrak. She now has a new single out titled Beskerm Jou Hart and plans on releasing an EP later on this year. She joins us now this morning to share more on her music and recently released track. Deidré, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good stuff. Good to have you on the show this morning.
It's nice to be here.
All right, just take us through your musical career and your musical journey, when it started and what is happening at the time.
Well, I was singing since I was a little girl. My mom studied music in university, so I guess that's kind of where everything started. And then, I really just had a passion for writing ever since I can remember.
Okay.
So when I got to grade 9, I decided I wanted to homeschool and just focus on my music and get to writing a little bit more. And then I auditioned in 2018 for the show called Kontrak. And I ended up placing third there, but I was still 16 at the time. So, things couldn't really happen for me since then. Since then, I actually went on a musical called Die Gelofte, and when I auditioned for that, a label actually saw my audition tape and they contacted me from there. And they heard that I write music and they wanted to hear some of my things, and so I played some of them, and that actually landed me, a contract at a record label, and so we started working on some of the music that I write, and so Beskerm Jou Hart is the first one that we are releasing now. Yeah.
So it was at that point that you decided to pursue music professionally. I mean, after you won, you came third place?
Yeah. Well, definitely, I've always wanted to sing, but I must say I think writing is where my heart's passion lies.
Okay.
So I definitely think writing is a thing that I definitely want to take further. And I write English music as well, so we never know what the future holds. But yes. That's definitely when I think I decided I really want to take this further. But it's always been the dream,
So what do you write about? What are the themes that you pursue and explore?
Life experiences, I guess.
Okay.
My life experiences, lessons that I've learned about. I guess writing is just a form of, therapy that they always say. So I guess I process my feelings by writing it down, and then sometimes I put music and lyrics to it, and then it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let us now talk about your first single, Beskerm Jou Hart. Is this your first single, right?
Yes, my very first single.
Tell us about that inspiration behind it.
So this is it's like a Bible verse. Guard your heart, for all things in life flows through from it. So I guess that's something that I've held dear my whole life, and something that I want to just speak over my life and everyone else's life, that it's okay to sometimes look after yourself first before looking after somebody else, or putting yourself first sometimes. I think that's something that I've struggled with my entire life. So writing a song about finding your identity, in the Lord, and finding your identity and keeping it and holding it dear, and not letting outside influences attack that. So that's very important to me, to stay true to who I am and stay rooted in who I am, and that's kind of what the song is about, to tell people, it's okay to put yourself first and to hold on to your identity. Right.
Now, David, talk to us about the opportunity you had to fill in for Bernice West as the female lead. Geez, that is so massive.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. So I must say it was a really great opportunity to be a part of Die Gelofte. I think being a part of a musical has always been one of my dreams, and being a part of a musical that has original music and an original script, and everything's new and written for the musical. Jeepers, it was such an honor to be a part of that.
I can imagine. How was that experience, though?
It was amazing. The cast and everyone became like family, and I must say it's really, you don't always have such a nice working environment, especially in the entertainment industry, where everyone's friends and look out for each other. It's not always like that. So being a part of a cast that really has your back, it's something to be a part of it. Yeah.
How did that opportunity come about?
So I actually started. I studied sound engineering in my first year in Cape Town, and then I really wanted to see if I can take it further on my own. And so I decided to just take a sabbatical from my studies, and then my mom came across this Instagram story that was like, auditions open for a musical. She was like, this is a perfect year for you, to pursue your dream and just do music stuff. And so I auditioned, I sent in the self-tape, and so the label that was a part of Die Gelofte were the you know, were part of the producers of the musical. So they saw my tape, and so they sent me an email and they arranged the meeting, and that's kind of how, yeah. So the same people who did Die Gelofte was part of Beskerm Jou Hart, so they, yeah.
But mums know best, eh?
Of course, my mom's always been one of my biggest supporters, yeah. So
And why do you think you relate to Taylor Swift and Bernice West more?
I really relate to the fact that they're songwriters. I think they're really, really amazing songwriters.
Okay.
So that's obviously been the dream of mine, to be a songwriter. So
Okay.
I guess that's why I'm inspired by them. And you know, the gift they have to tell a story is really something to look up to and something I strive towards.
Okay. And I see that most of your songs, well, if not all, are in Afrikaans.
Yes.
So do you maybe sing in English?
I do. I actually started writing in English.
Is
so
it?
yeah, this wasn't really part of the plan. I have a lot of English songs that I hopefully plan to release in the near future.
Okay.
But for now, we've started working with some Afrikaans songs because that's a different market, especially in South Africa. And you know, I am Afrikaans, so why not also write in your mother tongue? I guess that's amazing to be able to do that. So yeah, we hope to write English. Well, I do write English, but we hope to release it in the near future. But for now, the EP that we are working on, I guess, will be everything in Afrikaans for now.
Okay. Do you want to give us a hint about the EP?
Ish, let me just say a lot of it, I think all of it will be written by me. So I'm very, very excited. We have some interesting song titles coming your way. So I'm very, very excited about that. Yeah.
And I heard somewhere that you plan on opening a music school, yeah?
Yeah, so I have a music school. It's called...
You do already?
I do. Well, funny story, my mom's actually a music teacher, and when I started homeschooling, she really needed somebody to help around with the singing, because she said she doesn't really want to, she doesn't feel with it with the way people sing today, and she really wanted me to help her. And so I started teaching and helping when I was 15 at the primary school where she worked, and from 16 I actually did that like full time, before school, after school, whenever I had a chance. And so I built up my students from there and got high school students and private students and people who continued with me. So yeah, it's a massive passion of mine to be able to work with the youth and the children. I really love it. I think it's a massive responsibility I have on my life to you know, endorse significance into children's lives and just to tell them that they're worth something. But now, since I've moved to Gauteng, I have to, you know, start over and gain a new client base. And so I've started teaching, but I have definitely a room for a lot more students. So I do have a music school, and it's based in Pretoria. Yeah.
And what's nice about it is that, you know, since you have discovered your own sense of purpose, helping other people musically, and it's also, you know, an extension of your own passion.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Definitely. So that's I think that's what makes it so fulfilling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do your fans follow you?
On Instagram, I'm there. On TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, I'm there, and it's at Deidré Barnard with 3 Ds, and it's Deidre.
All right, Deidré, great chatting to you.
Thank you so much
for your time. Well, we just spoke to singer and songwriter Deidré Barnard. Now the young star is back in the spotlight with the first single, Beskerm Jou Hart.